Hello, Mishawaka sports fans. I'm Sean Kennerky here with the Mishawaka Network, bringing you Mishawaka High School's
Am I on?
girls Warsaw versus Concord versus, of course, us. Sorry for the late start and a little technical difficulty, but we got it sorted out. Right now, we are on Event 1, girls 4x800 meter relay varsity. For the Mishawaka team, we have Ellie Brucheski handing off to Taryn Naragon, who hands off to Nicole Lear, who will hand off to Allie Van Neville. Then for Concord, we'll have Elizabeth Evans handing off to Jordan Watson, who will hand off to Emily Bruna, who will hand off to Bailey Riffle. Small staff here today for the network side of things. Still a great day though. Great day for a track event. Nice and sunny out there. It's not too cold, not too hot. It's like 70, I believe it is right now. Mishawaka has a decent lead on Concord around that first day. Actually, we're going to get a coach on for the boys track events here at Mishawaka High School.
You got me?
Yep.
Right. Nice to be here with you again. This is Justin Hembrecht, one of the coaches for the boys track team. As he said, we are still in the first leg of the 4x8. This is a double duel with 3 teams, but Warsaw did not put a team out there for their 4x8, so it's just Mishawaka and Concord. Ellie Brucheski's coming around the final 100 meters of her first leg. She is going to hand off, as he said. Looks like she's going to hand off to Nicole Lear, so changing the order up a little bit.
Warsaw has been running for the 4x100, but for the hurdles, they're the only team on.
Yeah, it looks like we've got an odd
the only
lineup
thing
so
is
far today. Ellie hands it off. Nicole is out for her leg. She'll run 2 laps. Again, if you're watching if this is the first 4x8 you're watching, then an 800 meter leg is 2 laps.
I don't know what Carmen's
Each one of these runners will run 2 laps.
I guess I'll just go to that camera unless
Okay. Sounds good.
Concord is off. Got a good shot of Nicole Lear on the back stretch. Coming through. She's 200 meters in. Pretty commanding lead.
Mm-hmm.
About 100 meters.
Sorry if you were hearing an echo there. I accidentally had an effect here on. Didn't see the green light.
Sean, you ever run an 800?
No, but when I was younger, back in, I believe, 1st or 2nd grade, I used to run track, but it was just around my school.
Gotcha. Nicole's done with her first lap.
I did actually have to walk to school today because the bus was late. Was not a fun walk. Quite cold this morning, but I'm glad it warmed up nicely for the event.
So it's been about a month since I've been up here with it. And speaking of the weather, a month ago when we were up here, it was about 45 degrees when they were running. So the times are going to be affected by the weather. In a distance event like this, you kind of want it to be colder. In the sprints, not so much. You want it to be warm like it is today.
How does the temperature affect the 4x800?
So the first maybe 50 meters of each leg is going to be chilly, but they warm up pretty quickly. And they'll stay warm. Especially, I can see the entire track, except for one little section, is full sun.
It's the section where they'll be doing their hurdles later on today. Or, I guess, the next event.
All right, Nicole hands it off to senior Taryn Narragon, and she is off. This is quite odd for Warsaw to not have a 4x8 team out. I'm not sure why they would make that move.
Concord is far behind.
Yeah, Taryn's really stretching it out there. Even though the competition isn't pushing her, it's nice to see that she's given a solid effort regardless. She's going to have a couple of different events that she's going to be running in. All these athletes have multiple events, but distance usually sticks with distance events. Sprinters stick with sprinting events. And the throwers and jumpers, they are elsewhere off the track.
Concord finally getting that second handoff as Taryn comes around for a second lap here.
Yeah, she's making good time, and it looks like the power of deduction. Ellie already ran, Nicole already ran, so that means Taryn's going to hand off to Allie. There goes Coach Andrew Witkowski running across the field to give Taryn some advice. They call him Double Dub. Do you know that?
Really?
Yep. So his wife is also on the staff for cross country, and their last name is Witkowski. So they shortened that up to Coach Dub, and then her husband, that gentleman over there, joined the staff, and so he is Double Dub.
Guess you gotta get creative when you're making nicknames, huh?
Oh, yes.
Only about maybe 100, 150 meters behind?
Yeah, I would say.
About 100, maybe.
Where is...
She's right over here.
Oh, yeah. I had to look for. So Concord is actually 300 meters behind Taryn. Taryn's coming into the final stretch, and Allie Van Neville in lane 1, jumping up and down, ready for the baton. Getting some advice from Coach Double Dub. All right, handing it off right around 8:16, 8:17. Let's go, Allie. Not too much of a competition for her. Just stay upright and cross the finish line.
Concord doesn't, their seed time only exceeds us by 13 seconds. It's kind of odd to see them falling so far behind.
I think, okay, so when you look at these seed times, it's really the best time that the team has put together all year. Doesn't necessarily mean that it was these 4 individuals that did that. So as we get down, this is probably the last dual or double dual meet for conference competition. And Warsaw might be resting some of their runners. Maybe that is what's happening. Either that's what's happening or they didn't get the memo. All right, Allie's coming around to the home stretch of her first lap, and she is closing in.
Only about 50 meters behind her Concord counterpart here.
You're exactly right. Concord's going to hand it off. They're going to have 2 laps to go. Allie's going to cross. She's going to have 1 lap to go. And nice shot of Mr. Matt Rendell underneath the tent, putting in work down there.
You love to see it. You love to see it. Helping everyone out.
That's right.
Keeping the times for us, too.
He is automatic. Every time there's a track meet, I walk in, and there he is. All right, Allie, let's go. Let's pass her. Let's get a lap going.
Still
Can
about 50
she do
meters
it?
Behind. Maybe only 30, actually. Not that far to get.
Closing in. I bet she's going to do it right before she, right on this home stretch here, right in front of us.
Let's see.
If the camera's about to pick both of them up, so you've got Allie on camera right now, but when she takes this turn, you're going to see that Concord runner.
She is quick on
Here
the
we
turn.
go,
Holy
Allie.
moly.
Take her down. Let's go. Turn your blinker on. Lane change. Excuse me.
That's
Coming
right.
through. There you go. Very nice. Good form. Good posture. Baton in the correct hand. Let's go.
She turns them corners very fast.
Finish line. And Mr. Rendell one more time. All right. Nice. One more lap for Concord.
A slow start to the meet here today, but
4x8 kind of sets the tone sometimes. You know, right now it seems like we're going to have a relaxed evening. We'll see if it changes.
we'll see if some of these dashes and meter or hurdles
That'll liven things up a bit.
get us a little more energy.
As I look down, I see a lot of familiar faces. I see Bill Bercheski working the long jump pit. I see Ms. Lauren Obojkovitz down there helping out with the high jump. I see Coach Kyle Shaw over by the medical tent or the medical table. Lots of friendly faces.
Concord coming around that final bend, I believe. She's on her final lap.
Yep, this will be it for her.
Here she comes down that final stretch.
50 to go.
It really helps to have the football field here
You are right.
to gauge the meters here.
All right, and that's the end of the 4x8.
Next, we will be going to the girls 100-meter hurdles junior varsity, and it will all be Warsaw participants. Well, in lane 3, we'll have Malaya Schrader. In lane 4, we'll have Kate Briscoe. In lane 5, Miranda Ruse. And lane 6, Jaden Hurdle. We'll get those times read out to you here in a moment between Concord and Mishawaka. There you go. Mishawaka with a time of 11 minutes, 5 seconds, and 17 milliseconds. Concord with 12 minutes, 55 seconds, and 52 milliseconds.
Athletes, please pause your events. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand, remove your caps, and join us in honoring our country with the national anthem.
We'll be going to the national anthem here. here are the athletes now lining up for the girls 100-meter hurdles junior varsity, or JV, as most people would know it by. Only two of the four athletes using a block to set up their run. After this, we will have girls 100-meter hurdles varsity. There'll be two sections of that one. The first one only have Mishawaka and Concord going against each other. Giving them the rundown as per rules, I'm sure. And they're off. Taking that first and second hurdle pretty well. Third hurdle, excellent. Great hurdle skills. Ooh.
All Warsaw runners in this heat.
Only one JV run of this. Next up, we will have, of course, the varsity girls 100-meter hurdles. In the first section, we will have Harmony Lombardo from Mishawaka in lane 3. In lane 4, we'll have Alexandria Borrego for Mishawaka. And then in lane 5, we will have Zariah Macy for Concord.
So looking at seed times, it looks like Alexandria from Mishawaka should come out as the winner here. We will see if that holds true.
Zariah from Concord is not that far behind.
No, it's going to, yeah, we're talking about less than half a second.
It will be a close one.
It will. So with Mishawaka winning the 4x8, that means that they've got 5 points on Concord and they've got 5 points on Warsaw, since Warsaw did not submit a team for the 4x8. So off to a good start for Mishawaka.
Quite a good start, actually.
And let's see. 2 Mishawaka runners, 1 Concord runner in this heat. The next heat's going to be mostly Warsaw and some Concord. So if you're watching this for Mishawaka, then this is the heat to watch.
The next heat will only have Warsaw and Concord runners. Don't worry, the 100-meter dash junior varsity will have a mix of the bunch. So we will actually see all of them go against each other. And they're off.
Here we go. Okay, holding true so far.
Seems like Harmony might actually
Get there, get there, get there.
Ooh.
2 to go. 1 to go.
Let's see which one gets first. Might be Harmony on that one. It's a little celebration. Concord just walking away. That's fair.
You were right. I believe oh, no. We haven't seen this. Isn't the results. My bad. Miss Sherry Kaiser down at the start line talking to the official.
Oh, here are the times. Actually, Borrego did actually get first with 19.15, Lombardo with 19.17, and Macy with 20.77.
So that is a PR for both Harmony and Alexandria. Better than their seed times. Pretty close. 2/100ths of a second off of each other. And another heat of varsity. This one's going to be a little quicker.
We have in lane 2, Bailey Krieger for Warsaw Community. Lane 3, we will have Milena Howitt for Warsaw. In lane 4, we'll have Annabelle Parker for Warsaw. In lane 5, Rihanna Woods for Warsaw. In lane 6, Lucille
Give it a shot.
Odihambo
Yeah,
for Concord.
looks good to me.
And in lane 7, Ava Dixon for Concord.
Well done. So the best seed time here is going to be Annabelle Parker. She's going to be in lane 4, right in the middle. She's seated at 16.04 seconds. There's nobody within about 0.79 seconds of her, which is a lifetime in a sprint.
It's quite fast.
Here we go.
They're getting set up.
Eyes up. Here we go. Fastest seed time is going to be right in the middle there. Pulling away.
Clearly showing off that skill there. Pulling ahead quite quickly. Concord right on her heel, though.
Yep. Stay in it. No mistakes. And you got it.
That was a very good race.
Annabelle Parker. We got the 100-meter dash coming up. Let's see if the crew comes out and starts taking the hurdles off the track. And they do.
Love to see athletes and anybody really down there helping out and picking those up for us. Makes the event go by faster. Speaking of faster, Annabelle Parker barely missing her PR there with 16.08. Odihambo for Concord with 16.46, and Howitt for Warsaw with 16.84.
Nice.
Of course, I will always read the top 3.
Very nice.
Next up is the girls 100-meter dash for junior varsity. In lane 2, we have Mia Martinez for Mishawaka. In lane 3, Julieta Islas for Warsaw. In lane 4, Aziri Juarez for Warsaw. In lane 5, Mia Pressler for Concord. In lane 6, Serenity Mikuliak for Mishawaka. And in lane 7, Alexa Lopez for Concord. Ooh, a big group of Warsaw. Actually, looks like a big group of most of the teams here gathering around as we get off to a start for the 4th event of tonight. Of course, we do have other events like shot put, hurdles, or sorry, not hurdles, pole vault, and
High jump, long
high
jump.
jumping, long jump. There we go.
All right,
Going
here
on in
we
the
see
background.
we see the sprinters getting ready. They're setting up their blocks. This is a very meticulous craft right here. You want your blocks to be set up exactly how you want them, and get a clean start right when the gun goes off.
Now I notice why there's so many athletes out there. We have 7 sections of this one.
Holy cow!
I was like, there's a lot of people over there.
Yeah, you're right. Lots of Warsaw, and none of them
A
could
lot
run the
of
4x8,
Warsaw.
I guess.
most of these are packed with Warsaw athletes. We have one that is actually all Warsaw athletes except for one Mishawaka athlete.
So yeah, there's 7 heats of the JV and then 2 heats of varsity. Sit tight. Get something to drink. Use the restroom if you need to. Grab some food. It's going to be a minute. The best seed time in all of these heats for the 100 meters is going to be on the 9th of 9 heats. So 7 JV and then 2 varsity. The varsity fastest seed time is 12.41. Cameron Berner of Warsaw. Tanasia Summers of Mishawaka not too far behind her with a 12.5.
It's so quick. I don't even know. I don't know. I
You
don't
can do
think
it,
I
man.
could ever run like that.
You can do it. I bet you. Let's get you down there.
If I ran a 12-second sprint, someone better make me famous. Fastest big guy alive.
Oh.
2 PRs in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know who she's talking about, but we just heard an athlete yelling about someone getting 2 PRs in 2 minutes.
Quite funny how we could just hear that perfectly, actually. I just now noticed how far away she is.
All right.
Seems like we
you've
actually
already
got
read
those.
some of those.
Yep. We got the final results here for the girls 100-meter hurdles varsity and the 4x800 meter relay varsity. Of course, Mishawaka coming in first for the 4x800. And for the 100-meter hurdles varsity, pardon me, of course, it goes Parker for Warsaw with 16.08. Oti Hambo for Concord with 16.46. And Howard for Warsaw with 16.84. Of course, the rundown. Waiting for everyone to get ready. Sea of orange over there.
Lots of Warsaw runners. Miss
Maybe they were
Kaiser.
banking on getting points for the other events, keeping all their good athletes for later.
We'll see. I'm thinking it might work out for them.
It might. All their athletes are rejuvenated and ready to run.
In the Princess City on a nice day.
A beautiful day.
In the Princess City.
It's actually a perfect temperature out there. I don't think I would want it hotter, really.
No, it's very nice.
A good, nice breeze every now and then, too.
So where's the rest of the crew at tonight? Where's Daniel at?
Daniel, I believe, may be doing golf things. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
I didn't ask why he wouldn't be here tonight.
Okay.
But everyone else, people always have stuff to do.
That's
and
true.
it's fair.
Busy.
Busy. I've been busy for a while. I've also had like a bad cough for a bit, so I've been trying to get that out of my system. But
What
thanks
year?
to
What
the
year
crew-
are you?
I'm a senior here at Mishawaka High School.
All right.
Very happy to be here.
So you have about 3 weeks left, 4 weeks left?
Sadly, yeah. It's getting down to the wire.
Oh, looks like we're going to start. Here we go.
The first heat for the 100-meter dash junior varsity.
Mishawaka pulling ahead.
Ooh.
Very
Seemed
nice.
like a 13-second run there with a little time on the edge. Seems like that might be a PR actually, the Mishawaka athletes didn't have a time at all.
So that is a
Pretty
PR.
good, pretty good PR there, eh? 13, 14 seconds, not horrible. A very good first PR to have. Here we go. Mikuliak for Mishawaka with 14.04 or 03. And then Martinez for Mishawaka with 14.41. And then Lopez for Concord with 15.65. Top three actually all had no time.
And that might be due to a couple of different reasons. That might be the first time that they're running the 100-meter dash of the season. They might be in in other events, and Coach Cove decided to put them in the 100 to get a time on them.
They set up very good times for themselves.
Here we go. Another heat.
This will be the second heat. In lane one, we have Anna Hayes.
They're off.
I'll read these in a moment after we get done with this. Need some glasses for that camera sometimes. All right, here are the athletes that run that heat. In lane one, Anna Hayes for Warsaw. In lane two, Mariana Montiel for Concord. Helen Delgadillo, for Warsaw. In lane four, Edris.
Careful on that one.
I don't want to say the last name. You can read the last name, and you can tell why I would not want to say it.
Simfukwe.
We'll take that one. Because I can't think of a different way to say it.
That is Andres Simfukwe.
In first place, we have Montiel for Concord with 15.18.
Simfukwe.
I don't even know how you're saying that so properly. I can't even concept how to say that. I don't even know why. Okay, well, here for this third heat, we have in lane one, Caitlin Smalley for Warsaw. In lane two, Dia Patel for Warsaw. In lane three, Addison Keene for Mishawaka. In lane four, Olivia Brock for Warsaw. Then Jersey Hims for Warsaw. Gabby Light for Concord. Natalia Freckenberger for Concord. And then Ixili Ixque for Warsaw.
Sure. Well done.
They're firing these off very quickly. I think they just want to get through all the heats.
I think so, too.
In the fourth heat, we'll have Lane Brown for Warsaw, McKenna Weaver for Warsaw, Chloe Elder for Warsaw, Nyla Robinson for Mishawaka, Mariah Silva for Warsaw, Giselle Juarez for Warsaw, Caitlin Brown for Warsaw, and Lila Gardner for Warsaw.
So a lot of Warsaw runners, one Mishawaka runner in this heat.
Here are your times. Patel for Warsaw with 14.78. Keene for Mishawaka with 14.82. And then Brock for Warsaw with 14.92.
Right.
They were very close to each other in that one. Scratch it. Layla Gardner for Warsaw will not be running this heat. Quite a good start there. Very, very quick. Looked like a
High 13s, maybe? Low 14s?
I believe low 14s. I'm going to say, I believe the first one's going to be 14.32.
I'm going to say 13.99. We'll go over/under on 14. I'm taking the under.
Okay.
I'm almost never right. in this.
I'm never right. I think I might be close though. In the fifth heat, we'll have Allison Aglin for Warsaw, Laya
Menkwala.
Menkwala for Concord, Molly Carmen for Warsaw, Renaya Coleman for Concord, and here are your times. Ooh, Silva for Warsaw with 14.89.
Hey, look at that.
Okay. Robinson
All
for
right.
Mishawaka with a 14.32, and then Juarez for Warsaw with 14.56.
I'm a lot better at this than I thought I was. Getting better.
Maybe my eyes aren't quick. I don't think my eyes are quick enough for this. Oof. A lot of athletes cut out of the fifth heat. So we have Allison Aglin for Warsaw, Micaiah Riley for Warsaw, Nora Sheets Holland for Warsaw, and then Edia Johnson for Mishawaka.
Sure.
And here they are. They're about to start off here.
Yeah,
There
a
they
couple
go.
of them bowed out. Oh, she's going.
Naya. Okay, that makes more sense. I've got to stop overcomplicating stuff. Ooh.
All right.
Should
So
be
I'm
that
going to
by
say 13.6 for the Mishawaka runner. Ednaya.
I think you might be right on that one, actually. In the sixth heat, we'll have, and of course, these could change on a whim. Ali Barkey for Warsaw. Micah Johnson. Hold on. I'm going to get an edited version real quick. And we'll go continue the names. Speaking of, Johnson from Mishawaka with 13.78. Ooh, you were almost on the money there.
I'm telling you, I'm getting better by the minute.
Aglin for Warsaw with 14.31. And then Sheets Holland for Warsaw with 15.17. In the Heat 6, we have Ali Barkley for Warsaw still, Micah Johnson for Mishawaka, Chloe Steele for Concord, Sadine Jobran for Mishawaka, Jocelyn Juarez for Warsaw, Kendra Sumter for Warsaw, and Brianna Bernice for Warsaw.
Sounds good to me.
I do say sorry for any mispronunciations.
Heat 6.
Only one more to go, and then we'll be on to the varsity 100-meter dash.
Runners are taking their marks. Taking all direction from the official. He's going to wait until they all get into position. He's going to tell them to get set.
It would absolutely suck to get like a cramp in your leg during that. Oof.
And there they go. Pumping the arms, driving the legs. Sadine Jobran having a good race. And Micah Johnson looks like pulled it out. So I think we're going to have Mishawaka 1-2.
I think that Warsaw athlete caught up quick enough, perhaps. Perchance.
I'll give a shot at these names if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Heat
7?
7 of 7. Going to have Anaya Williams from Mishawaka, Jayla Young from Concord, Emerson Lee from Concord, Darlene Nelson from Warsaw, Layla Stewart from Mishawaka, Melissa Moles from Mishawaka, Jocelyn Jones-Perry from Concord, and Jamaria Young from Mishawaka.
And Heat 6, Johnson from Mishawaka got 14.02, Jobran with 14.08, and then Barkley right behind him with 14.31 for Warsaw.
Very nice.
The only athlete who will not be running in Heat 7 will be Emerson Lee for Concord.
Okay. She will be missed.
She will be missed.
last heat of the JV race. Shout out to, I think it's Jamaria Young with the purple hair. Very nice. I think she heard me. She may have heard me.
she just threw a peace sign up. What great timing, actually. Pumping up them legs, getting ready to take off here.
Wearing pants in the 100-meter dash. Okay.
Hey. See if she does. She's tied for the quickest time, I believe, with 13.92 with another Mishawaka athlete.
Here we go. All pretty close. It's going to be Concord and Warsaw fighting it out for the top spot in this heat. And that's the last heat of JV. We're moving on to varsity.
Yep, varsity. The first heat of this 100-meter dash varsity will be Leah Thomas for Mishawaka, Claire Walters for Warsaw, Maya Hiller for Mishawaka. Kennedy Williams for Concord.
Your guess is as good as mine, my friend.
Get those times for you in a moment. There are the times. Warsaw, Nelson for Warsaw with 13.47. Stewart for Mishawaka with 13.61. And Jones Perry for Concord with 13.61 as well.
A tie for that second spot.
So that means Young for Concord with 13.79 would be third place?
Actually, fourth, because you want to take third out of there since two people tied for second.
Okay. Ooh, seems like Leah Thomas will not be running the girls 100-meter dash varsity.
Won't be running? Okay. So Maya Hiller is going to be representing Mishawaka in this heat.
Quite a loud crowd out there today.
All right, the
Stand back up.
official's walking over and giving some instructions.
Seems like Warsaw's a little confused on something on their block or something. We'll see.
Interesting that two of the three runners have block holders in place, but the Warsaw runner does not have anybody standing on the blocks. Set. There you go. Okay.
Ooh, a steady pace. Actually, Warsaw seems to be in the lead right now. Or, yes, that's correct.
That's a 1, 2, 3 right there. High 13s. I think all of them high 13s.
Oh, yeah. The next section will hopefully have Addison Williams for Warsaw, Deanna Emerson for Concord, Allison DeFries for Concord, Cameron Berner for Warsaw, Tanisha Summers for Mishawaka, Shiloh Smith for Concord, Safira Lewis for Mishawaka, and then Anna Stevens for Warsaw. Here are the times. Walters for Warsaw with 13.13. Hiller for Mishawaka has 13.36, and Williams for Concord has 13.93. Pretty good. Pretty good.
So this upcoming race, this is going to be the fastest heat. This is the varsity 100. They're all getting ready.
Ooh, look at those nice shoes. Those
Oh, they're sparkly.
bright green shoes. Those are amazing looking.
You're going to want to look at the middle two runners, Cameron Berner and Tanasia Summers. That's where the race is going to take place. Now, everybody else has an equal chance, but looking at the seed times, these two are going to be the ones that take it out fast. Tanasia, obviously, the standout Mishawaka female sprinter, and Cameron Berner from Warsaw with the fastest seed time of 12.41. With a last name like Berner, you think that she's going to come out quick.
The appropriate name.
They're all getting ready, talking about it. Officials in the back checking things out, making conversation.
After this, we do have the girls' 1,600 meter run. So
That's my bread and butter right there, pal. That's what I like to see.
a long one after these quick burst ones. Quite fun.
Well, we've got the time. I'll give a shout out to the lady to my left. My wife is here. She brought me dinner. She knows it's been a long day. I woke up this morning around 5. I went on a run. I came back. I took a shower and I went to work. I worked until about 3. And then I came here for boys track practice. I text her and I said, "Will you please bring me something to eat?" And she was kind enough to bring me some Panera. So, Jamie, I love you. Thank you very much.
While we're doing shout-outs, might as well shout out the crew here tonight. We have, of course, Rendell down there doing the times for everyone. Below us, we do have Evan Lynn, who you usually hear on the live broadcasting event. He's actually on a camera. And then we have Karma Johnson on the floor with a camera that we'll post to our media outlets for Mishawaka High School. And then running the TriCaster is Williams here. So thank you, everyone who did show up tonight. And thank you to anyone who's watching tonight as well.
Set. Here we go. Here goes the fastest heat. Cameron Berner out front. Tanasia and a runner from Concord's going to go 1, 2, 3.
Holy
This is going to be
mackerel.
mid-12s.
It's kind of hard to beat those PRs, though. I'm not going to lie. Quite the fast one, showing us how different the varsity can be. Get those numbers to you in a moment. Here are the times. Berner for Warsaw with 12.43. Barely not being able to beat her PR. Tanasia Summers from Mishawaka with 12.64. And then DeFries for Concord with 12.66. DeFries did beat her PR of 12.97, getting her closer to that sweet mark that our top two runners here have.
All right, looks like the 1,600-meter runners are at the line right now. Some jumping up and down, some slapping their legs, trying to get their bodies ready for the abuse that they are about to put it through. Looking on the left, there's Double Dub. One more time, there's Coach Cove out the back left. And there goes Tanasia Summers across the line.
with a cup in her.
All right. So looking at the times here, we've got a pretty tight 3-person race between Zoe Roberts from Concord, Corinne Flick from Mishawaka, and Eden Metz from Warsaw. They're all within about 1 second of each other.
Quite scary to see 1600 being ran like that. And while we are waiting for the 1600, we are actually looking at the shot put athletes out there doing their thing. I kind of love it when we have a secondary camera back there. I can't quite remember who's running that camera though.
Look at that beautiful red brick house. This is the house, since I've got my wife up here with me, this is the house that I told her I wanted to purchase.
It is a nice house.
That house is about 100 years old.
So it's been here about as long as the school has.
Yes.
It's quite. Think of how many families lived there and came here.
At least one.
At least one. It's got to be.
All right, they're at the line about to go. And there's the gun.
While they're going, I'll read off all the names here. Of course, we have Zoe Roberts for Concord, Corinne Flick for Mishawaka, Eden Metz for Warsaw, Ella Lamput for Warsaw, Margaret Weldy for Concord, Stephanie Malagon for Warsaw, Abby Marsh for Warsaw, Liana Youngkin for Mishawaka, Bryce Ehrenman
Oh, yeah.
for Warsaw, Grace Landon for Warsaw, Nico Wirt, I'll just say Wirt, for Warsaw, and Tatiana Emerson for Concord.
And we are still in the first lap here. Already getting some separation from the lead group. I'm going to guess that's led out there by Eden Metz in that Warsaw orange.
Corinne Flick in that group as well.
Yeah, 3 Warsaw runners, 2 Concord runners, and Corinne Flick.
We got some of the times here for other events. The girls 100 meter dash varsity, of course, with Cameron Berner for Warsaw in first place, Tanaja Summers for Mishawaka with second, and Allison DeFries for Concord with third. And your current scores right now: Warsaw against Mishawaka, Warsaw with 15, Mishawaka with 8. Warsaw against Concord, Warsaw having 12, and Concord having 11. And then Concord against Mishawaka, Concord with 12, and Mishawaka with 11. Even with that first event, seems like Mishawaka is falling a bit behind for both of the teams here, or against both of these teams here, I should say.
It looks like we're still in this second lap of the 1600. It looks like Eden Metz and Zoe Roberts from Warsaw and Concord are leading that. That's Ella Laput from Warsaw in the third slot, and then Corinne Flick in fourth. Corinne looks like she's about to lose contact with that lead pack. You do not want to do that. You want to stay up. This is coming through the 800, which is the halfway point through the 1600, and they are crossing around 2 minutes and 40 seconds. That is a 5:20 pace, which is faster than the seed times. We'll see if they can hold up. Corinne trying to stay in contact. Nice camera work, getting as many runners in the shot as we can. Cove out there, giving some direction.
After this, we do have the 4x100 meter relay JV, which is another very quick one. Very fun to watch, in my opinion. Great camera shot there.
That north camera getting that final curve.
Seems like these two athletes have kind of separated themselves from the other two. They're close behind. Corinne being fourth in this event currently.
All right, coming through right at 4 minutes, which is still 5-minute pace. This is the bell lap. This is the final lap. Warsaw in first, Concord in second. Warsaw also taking that third spot right now with Ella Laput. And Corinne Flick in fourth. This is where the race begins, the final 300 of the 1600. Corinne is going to have to begin a strong surge to take the third spot, and she is zeroed in on Ella from Warsaw.
Speaking of surge, that Concord athlete in the first place there is pulling away from that Warsaw athlete there quite quickly, I must say.
Really created some separation. Coming up on 5 minutes. Let's see if she can stay on the mark and hit 5:20.
Quite the burst of energy still in this late stage of the event.
20 seconds to run 100 meters.
Very doable.
She's already run 1,500 of them. It's going to be close. She's going to get it.
I think I would collapse.
15:18 looks like. And 15:20, maybe 15:21 for second place. Corinne's going to come through about 5:27.
It's because you said 1,500.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Hope she's doing all right.
Ella, hands on knees. She's a very good runner. She knows what she's doing. All the rest of the runners coming through.
It's got to be hard to catch your breath after that.
Big time.
Only a few more athletes out there. Decent amount of gap between every single one of them. Mishawaka athlete coming down the finals 50 meters here. Warsaw coming down another Warsaw athlete coming down the final 50 meters as well, and another one about to turn down that corner and come down the final 100 meters. With a Concord athlete still coming around the northernmost bend there. After this, we do, of course, have the girls 4x100 meter relay JV. For Warsaw Community B, we have Caitlin Brown handing off to Allison Aglin, who will hand off to Michaela Riley, who will hand off to Giselle Juarez. And then Warsaw Community D, we will have Taylor Reynolds handing off to Mariah Silva, who will hand off to Kendra Sumter, who will hand off to Olivia Martinez. Mishawaka A will have Nyla Robinson handing off to Adia Johnson, who will hand off to Micah Johnson, who will hand off to Lila Stewart. For Concord A, we'll have Jayla Young handing off to Emerson Lee, who will hand off to Chloe Steele, who will hand off to Kennedy Williams. Sorry if I said that completely wrong. Warsaw A, we will have Ixeli Itzwe handing off to Dia Patel, who will hand off to Lion Brown, who will hand off to McKenna Weaver. Then Warsaw Community C, we will have Julieta Islas handing off to Aziri Juarez, who will hand off to Amelia Samaranaka, who will hand off to Anna Hayes. And look over there, you can see not Michael, but Mr. Buckman over there at the shot put helping out there. Quite amazing to see him out there. I do not believe I am on first name basis with him. So it's completely on accident. Get a nice setup there. I actually don't think I've ever watched shot put. That brick house does have 2 Labradors there. That's kind of cool. Here for that 60-meter run, we have Robert for Concord with 15 minutes and 18 seconds. Got to wait for it. Metz for Warsaw with 15 minutes and 21 seconds. And then Flick for Mishawaka with... Give it a second. With 15 minutes and 27 seconds. Pardon me, 5 minutes, not 15. After the JV, of course, we have the varsity relay. And it seems like each team will have 1 team in that, which is quite fun to see. Maybe that's why Warsaw didn't run any people for that last one. A close-up on Buckman there. I can't wait to show him that later. I'm going to just be like, look what we did. Wow, we have the time. Shout out to our sponsor, Forte Waterproofing, for sponsoring... Oh, well, shout out to our sponsors, I should say. First, of course, being Burton's Laundry and Dry Cleaning for all your dry cleaning and laundry needs. They can pick up your laundry and drop it off for you. There's also machine washing, I should say, with coins. I think most have switched to this card payment now, though, that you can add money onto, which is quite neat. Over there, you can see Shaw. There he goes. Following him. Nice. And then Forte Waterproofing for all your waterproofing needs. You got a leak anywhere else? I think they can help you with that. Don't worry, at some point I will type out full things for these people to show our appreciation. Can see some of the athletes who are lined up there. There will be 4 handoffs. And each will run 100 meters each, so they're kind of sharing a 400 here. I do like this event a lot. Very technical, because you have to make sure you make those handoffs, or it doesn't count. Concord having a blazing start there, coming around that bend rather quickly, and a nice handoff as well. Ooh, but seems like Mishawaka is high on her heels there. I believe that is
Tunisia. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, holy mackerel. There they go.
Smooth handoff. Hoping for a smooth handoff on this last leg.
There they go.
She got it. It is all but over right here.
I was looking at the right area. Does make sense how they had such a quick one. Their C time, which is just quickest time for the entire year, is 55. Quite the event. Get those times for you here in a moment. while we wait for that, the girls 4x100 meter relay varsity will have Concord, Shiloh Smith, handing off to Lucille Odihembo, who will hand off to Deanna Emerson, who will hand off to Allison DeFries. All right, here are your times. Mishawaka with 53.5, Concord A with 55.16, and then Warsaw B with 57.6.
And here we're getting ready for the varsity 4x1.
Already read Concord for you, but Mishawaka has Safira Lewis handing off to Maya Hiller, who will hand off to Leah Thomas, who will hand off to Tanija Summers. And then Warsaw will have Addison Williams handing off to Darlene Nelson, who will hand off to Claire Walters, who will hand off to Cameron Berner.
So I was wrong. I thought that Tanisha was on that last heat. Apparently she's going to be in this one.
Mm-hmm. I don't know my people, but it was supposed to be on that Johnson. Anaya Johnson, there we go. Oh, and we have some of those scores for your other events. Girls 600 meter run varsity, of course, Zoe Roberts for Concord, then Corinne Flick for Mishawaka, and then Eden Metz for Warsaw. And then long jump, we have the long jump. Tanisha Summers for Mishawaka with 17 feet, or not 17 feet, pardon me, 17-04. And then Leah Knepp for Warsaw with 15-09.5. And then Shiloh Smith for Concord with 15-09. Pretty good. Cameron Berner, I believe, was the fastest runner for the 100. The 100 varsity, I believe.
Here we go. Varsity 4x1. They are off. Looking for smooth handoffs here on the first transition. Looking for a white flag
Clean
from the
handoff.
official. White flag. Everybody's
Ooh.
through nicely.
Ooh, look at the burners on them.
All right.
See this handoff here around this bend? Ooh, good handoffs all around.
Here we go. Mishawaka needs to make up some ground if they want to be. That's Leah Thomas, I believe.
Ooh, she's actually catching up.
And she will be handing it off to Tanasia. Tanasia grabs it. It's time to go. But that looks like Cameron Berner as well.
Yep. She does have the fastest run for the 100, but she seems to be getting passed by Warsaw. Perhaps. I'm not 100% sure. It could be a pass. We will see.
We will see.
We'll see how close it gets there. If you hear a mic going up and down, that's because he's taking time out of his day to also announce, and he's also doing what? Why can't I'm blanking on the name. He's also announcing to the stadium. That's how I would put it. And here you go, Warsaw with 50.28, Concord with 50.42, and Mishawaka with 50.53. That is so close, it's unbelievable.
So one heat of JV in 400 and two varsity heats.
After this, we do have the girls 400 meter dash JV. There will only be one section of that one. And of course, after that, we'll have the varsity version, which will have 2 heats. For that 400 JV, we have Olivia Young for Concord, Alana Binkley for Warsaw, Abby Kraus for Concord, Addison Keene for Mishawaka, Adris. How do you say that again? How do you say that one?
Simfukwe.
Simfukwe.
Hey, careful, pal.
I know, it's quite hard for Warsaw. And then Salma Latif for Concord, Caitlin Smalley for Warsaw, and then Brasamer for Concord. Sorry if the audio is cutting out. I hope it's not. Quite a long wait here for the 400. Oh, speaking of, they're actually getting set right now. Getting ready to go there. There they go. Forder 40-meter dash JV. So that is a 1-lap event. So we'll see some little energy saving methods here as they do this first stretch down. Goes Concord, Mishawaka, and then 2 Warsaw athletes behind Mishawaka there. Mishawaka trying to gain there on or get up there with Concord. It's actually succeeding in closing the gap, able to let that Mishawaka athlete pass Concord. Now goes Concord, Mishawaka, Concord. Can't tell if anyone's getting past or not. It seems like Mishawaka's actually fallen back a little bit. Could be, I believe it'll go Concord, Mishawaka, Concord there. For the first heat of the varsity version, we will have Addison Williams for Warsaw, Jennifer Shirk Marquez for Concord, and then Olivia Alexander for Concord. We have, I believe, how many events do we have? Let me look here for y'all so I can tell y'all. I believe we have 20 running events here. Or I guess track events? Because I believe field is the other things. Here are your times. Brasamer for Concord with 1 minute and 11 seconds. Keene from Mishawaka with 1 minute and 13. And I'm very sorry I cannot say the other one. It's fine. It's fine.
7 o'clock as we hear the bell toll from the clock tower at Mishawaka High School. Still at the 400-meter dash.
Mm-hmm. 2 heats of the varsity one here.
And the sun's starting to go down on the west side of the city, and that casts a shadow over the home stretch of the track. Still beautiful weather out here.
Mm-hmm. I hope it stays this temperature for a little while. I don't want it to get up to the 80s and 90s quite yet.
Not sure if these air conditioners in here even work.
Oh, they do. They just don't have a heat mode. Though there's a nice enough breeze that we don't need them yet. So, hey. They probably won't get used until the, I'm going to guess, final week or so.
Still full sun on the timer's tent down there.
They're getting set there.
We got 2 in blocks, and we got 1 standing up. Set. There goes the gun. Here we go. 400 meters varsity. 1 lap. Since they're going to stay in their lanes, you don't really know who is actually in the lead until they reach 100 meters to go. It looks, if you're watching this, it looks like Concord is way out in front, but Concord still has the furthest distance to run. So they take the curve. It's going to even out after that.
Mm-hmm. It did that during the last one as well.
Another shot from the north camera. Here we go, hitting the straightaway.
Concord
All
out.
right, Concord is out front, just a little bit. Half the body in the shade, head is in the sun, and here we go.
There we go. It's Concord, Warsaw, and then Concord in third there.
About a 65, and then a 67, and a 71. As we get done with the first heat of the girls' 400-meter varsity.
For the second heat here, we'll have Adrea Jackson for Concord, Molly Carmen for Warsaw, Anna Stevens for Warsaw, Kylie Engelmeyer for Concord, Piper Hagen for Warsaw, Allie Van Neville for Mishawaka, and then Sadine Jobran for Mishawaka. Quickest time there.
Should be a fast heat.
Mm-hmm. Quickest time there is from Warsaw athlete Anna Stevens with a 1 minute 5.08. Quite quick there. Get you those final times here in a moment. Some Mishawaka athletes out there running up and down the field. We won't get those final times for you, but we'll get them when they are sent up here later on today. After this, we have the girls 300-meter hurdles JV. And then, of course, the varsity one following right after. 2 heats of the varsity one, only 1 of the JV.
Runners are getting set.
They're setting her off. Coming around that first stretch, it seems like Mishawaka, Concord, and Warsaw have athletes kind of in the same area. Seems like that's, for us, that's Allie Van Neville. There we go.
She's got a ways to go. Looks like they're gonna straighten out, and she's gonna be in 3rd or 4th. Might be 4th.
Looks like 4th.
It's gonna go Concord, Warsaw, Mishawaka.
See what happens on this final stretch here.
All right, Concord in 1st, Warsaw in 2nd. Warsaw making a surge, trying to get up there. Allie Van Neville took over the 3rd place spot, and we got a race up front.
Ooh.
Warsaw in front,
first.
Concord 2nd place, and looks like Allie
There we
Van Neville is
go.
going to go 3rd place.
The JV 300-meter hurdles is all Warsaw again. Quite funny to see how many of these events are, well, it seems like most of the JV seems to be all Warsaw. Warsaw seems to have a lot of athletes out there just kind of dibble-dabbling everywhere. I'll read some of those names off for you here for the 300-meter hurdles JV. We got Jaden Hurdle for Warsaw, Miranda Ruse for Warsaw, Malaya Schrader for Warsaw, Kate Briscoe for Warsaw, and then Jaslyn Juarez for Warsaw. Here are times. Stevens for Warsaw with 1:04.59. Engelmeyer for Concord with 1:05.17. And then Van Neville for Mishawaka with 1 minute, 7 seconds, and 72 milliseconds. Getting those hurdles set up.
While we wait for this to begin, it looks like we have someone named Hurdle in the 300-meter hurdles. Once again, not to alarm anybody, we do have someone named Hurdle in the 300-meter hurdles.
Oh yeah, I forgot it starts over there. I was like, where are they? Trying to figure out where they were. There they are. Again, all Warsaw athletes out there, so, you know. getting ready over there. And some of those scores and numbers are coming in right now. So while they get started off, I'll read you some of these. For the 4x100 meter relay varsity, we have Warsaw in first, Concord in second, Mishawaka in third, of course. And then for the 400 meter dash, or 400 meter varsity dash, we have Anna Stevens in first for Warsaw, Olivia Alexander for Concord in second, and then Kylie Engelmeyer for Concord in third. And they're coming around that first bend as they come down the final stretch here. Don't really have much to say. They're all Warsaw athletes, so, great run out of them. Good chance to get their PRs up or possibly even move up to varsity. There's the first Warsaw athlete passing, the second, the third, and then the fourth. Next up, we do have the 300-meter varsity. In the heat one, we have Harmony Lombardo from Mishawaka, and then Alexandria Borrego from Mishawaka, and then Zariah Massey for Concord. And your current dual meet scores right now, Warsaw Community against Mishawaka, Warsaw with 37, Mishawaka with 18. Warsaw Community against Concord with 31 to Concord's 24. And then Concord to Mishawaka with 34 to our 21. And they're off there. Jumping that second hurdle there. Over the third there, Concord, Mishawaka coming around kind of side by side there. Perfect jump there. Mishawaka pulling slightly in front of Concord there with another Mishawaka athlete close behind. And it seems like Mishawaka just pulled completely away from the Concord athlete and might be able to lock in that first place for Mishawaka there. There she is. First place for Mishawaka. For the second heat here, for the 300-meter hurdles varsity, we'll have Anaya Johnson for Mishawaka, Sereni Mikuliak for Mishawaka, Ava Dixon for Concord, Annabelle Parker for Warsaw, Milena Howitt for Warsaw, Rihanna Woods for Warsaw, and then Bailey Krieger for Warsaw. Here are your times. Borrego for Mishawaka with 55.46. Maisie for Concord with 58.72. And then Lombardo for Mishawaka with 1 minute, 2 seconds, and 77 milliseconds. After this second heat of the 300-meter hurdle varsity, we will have 800-meter run JV, and then, of course, the varsity one after that. Only one heat of both. A decent pack there for Warsaw Community Schools. Concord seems to be able to catch up with the mix, though. Actually making great leeway there around that bend. Goes Warsaw, Concord, Warsaw there for the top three there. Warsaw able to keep that first place ahead of Concord as they come around that final bend and their final hurdles. Mishawaka was able to get up to fourth place here as Warsaw gets first, Concord gets second, and then another Warsaw athlete gets third. Little friendly competition here. So you can see a little high five there.
Anybody with a Mishawaka shirt, and even if you like the color maroon, please clear the hurdles from the track and stack them neatly on the outside. Final call for the 800-meter run, second call, 300-meter dash, first call for this 3,200-meter run. The Mishawaka score record in 800 is 2 minutes.
We got an extensive list here for the 800-meter run, JV. We got Nico. Oh, our times here are Parker for Warsaw with 46.65, Dixon for Concord with 48.46, and then Howitt for Warsaw with 49.62. Welcome back.
Thank you. Lots of moving parts up here.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'll read those 800-meter run JV for y'all. Nico Wirt for Warsaw, Matilda Granger for Warsaw, Grace Landon for Warsaw, Jordan Watson for Concord, Sujode Jobran for Mishawaka, Mackenzie Holt for Mishawaka, Breeze Venezuela for Concord, Braylee Riffle for Concord, Madison McCrae for Concord, Emily Luna for Concord, Summer Steffi for Mishawaka, pardon me, Sophia Sotabir for Concord, Rosa Gonzalez for Concord, and then Lena Youngkin for Mishawaka.
Looks like it's going to be Lena's first time running the 800 this year. She does not have a time that is in the seed list. So it's going to be an interesting one.
Seems like a lot of those. Oh, nope, there they are.
14 runners in this JV 800.
Quite a pack there.
They're all at the start line right now. Ms. Kaiser is putting them in their orders.
Love to see all them athletes out there lined up.
And Mr. Rendell just fighting the sun.
Not the biggest turnout for a track event this year, but decent amount of people have showed up on our end. Person over on the stands across from us. There's only one person over there.
VIP seat.
VIP seat. Would hate to have all that sun, though.
Is Evan listening? Can Evan hear me if I'm speaking right now?
I do not think so.
Evan, if you can hear me, let's get a shot of that VIP across the way. I don't think he can hear me.
No, I don't think we have it wired anymore to us or to our
That's
people
a
down
shame.
here.
I would like that person's autograph. All right, the 800. This is going to be 2 laps. The 800 is notoriously known as one of the more brutal races because it is right in between a distance event and a sprint. So you go out, the first is 2 laps. You go out the first lap just under a sprint. And then guess what? You've got another lap.
It's like being stuck between a rock and a hard place there, eh?
It is exactly what it is. But if you run the 800, you're all right in my book.
Doing a waterfall start?
Looks like they're going to put them in. This is going to be a staggered start.
That's what it was.
So they'll stay in their sections until they get to the other end of this first curve, and then they'll all kind of start to cut in. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 different staggers. You see the sun peeking through Alumni Plaza right onto the track. Let's see, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ponytails, 2 pigtails, and a couple of buns. No way to tell what the preferred method is for the 800, but we'll see.
One athlete for Mishawaka out there just rocking it all out.
I'm going to guess. I'm just going to make a bold statement right now. Ponytail's going to win.
Ponytail's going to win?
Ponytail's
I think a
going to
bun's
win.
gonna
Okay. What's that? Here we go.
Our TriCaster here thinks it's going to be a braid out there. Who's going to win?
Maybe a pony braid.
Pony braid.
Yeah.
It's right there with the pink ribbon.
So far.
Oof. So far, yes. She is in first with a Mishawaka athlete and a Concord athlete right behind her.
It looks like Saju Jabran in second place.
Very nice pace here, it seems.
That's a, so Saju, is that a braided pigtails?
It is. Ooh, so the
Okay.
braids are in first and second. That's interesting to see. The braids are going at it here.
Another shot from the north camera.
I do like that camera when it's when it comes to the bend, I think. That's a
I
very
do
nice
too.
camera.
All right, coming through the stretch. Almost one lap down, 1 lap to go. And yeah, ribbons in the hair, ponytail braided, in the lead. You hear the
Seems
you hear
like-
the cowbell? That's the bell lap. One to
Seems like
go.
we're right. It seems like our TriCaster was right with the braids here.
Oh yeah. Good call.
So far, at least.
So far.
We'll see if even if Joe Braun can catch up, that is still a braid.
That's true.
I love these events. Track is definitely one of my favorite announcing events, I
You know,
should say.
Talking about attendance at these events, you're never really going to see a lot of people in the crowd for a track event unless it's a major event. Family comes and watches, maybe some friends every now and then. The weather has to be nice.
Yeah.
Concession stand needs to be open.
Though during those cold days, we did have a very packed stadium for the Mishawaka end.
The most people I've ever seen in this stadium was the Mishawaka Penn game in 2009, I think it was. I might be remembering this wrong, but it was snowing and it was a packed house.
Seems like that Warsaw athlete is actually going to get that first place.
About 242 for the 800, pretty good.
A bun in second.
Hey, you were right. A very, very good call with the bun being up there.
It will
All right.
go Warsaw for the top three here. Jobran in fourth with another Mishawaka athlete behind her, and quite a bit of that Concord team still here trying to finish.
Summer Steffi with the mane of hair.
Coach out there cheering for her.
Double dub.
Double dub. I've had a few nicknames in high school. At some point I was Big Mac. which
Big
is
Mac.
Quite funny. Can't wait to see those times here.
I don't know if I saw Lena come through.
After this, we of course have the varsity 800.
The varsity 800, and then 6 heats of the JV 200. Get comfortable,
Another long one here.
as we've got the 6 from the JV and then 2 varsity.
1,200 meters in total. 1,200. I don't know. I have trouble saying those big numbers like that. Though I think I did say it right. They're lined up there.
There, looks like I think that's Lena out there. No,
So-
or Nicole. I don't know. Tough to see up here.
So here we have Tori Brzeski from Mishawaka, Hannah Fisher for Warsaw, Sharon Hernandez for Concord, Serena Poindexter for Concord, Savannah Purdy for Warsaw, Aubrey Bricker for Warsaw, Katie Robertson for Warsaw, Nicole Lear for Mishawaka, Mira Farhan for Mishawaka, and then Margaret. Margaret. I don't know why I can't say Margaret right.
Sound it out.
Margaret.
There you go.
Weldy for Concord. I don't know why I have such a bad time with whoa.
Margaret.
Margaret.
There you go.
Here are your times here. So once it loops back around, we'll get you those. Granger for Warsaw with 242.88. Wirt for
It's moving quickly.
Warsaw with 251.71. Landon for Warsaw with 255.86.
86.
Oh, hey. Better than I would have said like 12.
Attention, we have a lost phone at the timing tent. If you have lost your phone.
There's the man himself making an announcement.
Randall making an announcement and saving someone from losing their phone.
That's right. Is it an Android or an iPhone? I'd like to
Probably
know.
an iPhone. Not many people use Androids.
If nobody claims it, I'll take that, Mr. Rendell. Okay, here we go. Varsity 800. Again, it's a it's got a stagger start. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to get to the other end of the track at the end of this curve, and they're going to cut in. Tori Brzeski takes them out. She is in the lead. She is the fastest seed time with a 2:28 here, but she's got Hannah Fisher from Warsaw seated at 2:30 right next to her. And then there's a Concord runner also at 2:30. So she needs to stay out front, run a smart race. But being out front like that, it takes a mental toll. You know everybody is pacing off of you, and you cannot afford to slow down at all. She has a group of Warsaw runners right behind her.
Warsaw seems to always pack as many athletes as they can in these events.
They have it's a large school with a big enrollment.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a lot of athletes that participate.
I don't think I've ever been to Warsaw High School.
All right, she is coming through about 1:14, so that is sub 2:30 pace. See if she can hang on. She's starting to surge and pull away. Tori Brzeski, second lap, 300 meters to go.
Seems like a ponytail. As a good pick again.
True. Stay up there, Tori.
That those Warsaw athletes trying to keep on her. Doing so quite well, I will say.
Warsaw
Seems like
trying
they
to
might be
close the gap
gaining.
here. She is slowly making her way up towards Tori. If Tori has the energy, if this girl can reach her, then she needs to respond immediately. They're going to start kicking as soon as this straightens out.
There she
Looks like
goes.
Tori's got it.
Holy
She has
moly.
got it. She moves away from the pack, charging down the straightaway. Coach Cove encouraging her. 2:24, 2:25, 26, 27.
Ooh.
I'm going to say that's 2:26 high or 27 low. That's a first place finish for her. Nicole Lear's coming through. And that's going to be a 2:40 for her. Very
good run.
nice.
Next up, we will have the 200-meter JV dash. For that, we will have Taylor Reynolds for Warsaw, Jersey Hims for Warsaw, Aziri Juarez for Warsaw, Julieta Islas for Warsaw, and then Alexa Lopez for Concord. Get those times to you in a moment.
Yeah, waiting on those times. Eagerly awaiting those times. I'd like to see what Tori ran. If it was under 228.23, then that's going to be a season PR. Or a season's best, as they say in the biz.
Mr. Rendell down there working with the sun, blaring in his eyes right now.
Man. It looks like the only place on the track right now on the west side.
Here, your scores now. Percheski and first for Mishawaka with
Hey!
277.70 or 27.
227.27. Very nice. That was a very intelligently ran race.
Mm-hmm.
Took the lead, stayed in front. She was getting some pressure from the pack, separated herself, kept the distance, and finished
Did very good on that
strong.
last 100 meters there. Was able to scrounge up every ounce of energy she had left to push through and allow herself to get that first place here.
So just announced that they're going to start the 200. So 200 begins on the far side of the track as athletes make their way over there.
Can see the big group closing in as they get ready for the JV. Again, quite a few Warsaw people for the JV runs here.
I got, looks like a mom and a son playing patty cake down in the bleachers. Do a little bit of people watching while we wait for this to unfold. See a lot of nachos. I don't know how much the nachos are down there.
I actually have no idea. I don't think I've ever bought food while I was here.
It should be given to you. That would be a good trade-off.
Yeah, I just never go down there and ask.
With it being so close to Cinco de Mayo, we need to get Mr. Rendell a sombrero to keep that sun out of his eyes.
Be quite enjoyable to see. Rendell with the sombrero, that'd be fire.
Senor Rendell. All right.
He's 100% watching this stream. He's going to chuckle as soon as he hears that.
They're getting the 200 set for the first heat. 4 Warsaw runners, 1 Concord runner. A couple of people running it for the first time this season. Looks like since both of the Warsaw times that are in the seed were 35 seconds flat, looks like those were just pencil whipped and made up today.
You actually got a few of those for the Warsaw people.
Oh, good eye.
Over in the second heat. Even in the third heat, a few of them have a
Telltale
third
sign
frame.
right there. Telltale sign.
Though it seems like the other times are better throughout.
All right. Whoever lost their phone, I hope they went and picked it up at the timing tent. I see one lady taking a picture, her husband scrolling, and then I see 2 people down there scrolling on their phones. We got a mom and a daughter on an iPad. Lots of filling the time.
For the 800-meter run varsity, your top three are Tori Bercheski from Mishawaka with 2 minutes and 27. Second, Hannah Fisher for Warsaw with 2 minutes, 29 seconds, and 46. And then third, Savannah Purdy for Warsaw with 2 minutes, 29.83. And then for your 300-meter hurdles varsity, you have your top three. Annabelle Parker for Warsaw with 46.65. Ava Dixon for Concord with 48.46. And then Milena Howitt for Warsaw with 49.62.
Oh, it looks like we had a scratch.
Yes,
Here are a couple of scratches. So with only 3 athletes running this first heat. Concord, 1 Concord and 2 Warsaw.
Ooh, the Concord athlete coming around that bend quite fast. It's a good hustle out there. There we go. Goes Concord, Warsaw, Warsaw. In the second heat, you'll have Helen Delgadillo for Warsaw. Hold on, we might have some scratches. We'll see. TriCaster also doubling as our scratcher here, giving us all the valid information. And while we get that valid information, here are your times. Lopez for Concord with 34.43. Juarez for Warsaw with 35.15. And then Hims for Warsaw with 35.59. There are your accurate depictions of the next heat. We have Helen Del Caldillo for Warsaw. Emilia
Samaranayaka.
Yeah, fair enough, for Warsaw. And then Mariana Montiel for Concord. And then Anna Hayes for Warsaw.
I'm pulling for Samaranayaka. I don't know which one it is, but that's the one I want to win.
Coming around that bend, it seems like Concord's in the lead. Very, very good lead with the Warsaw athletes behind her, of course.
Let's see, Samaranayaka. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 A's in that name. More A's than most of the guys on my track team.
Really?
Yeah, most of them have B's and C's.
I got more, I think I got more, I don't even know how many letters, I don't know what different, I'm going to have to look at how many different letters I have in my name. In Heat 3, we have
You know what? Put Samaranayaka back on the line. I want her to race again.
we got Ixeli Ixque from Warsaw, Alana Binkley for Warsaw, Dia Attell for Warsaw, Chloe Elder for Warsaw, McKenna Weaver for Warsaw, Edris. It's the
Oh, Simfukwe.
Simfukwe
There you go.
for Warsaw. Lane Brown for Warsaw as well there. Oh, and I got your current scores once more. You got Warsaw against Mishawaka. Warsaw with 58. Mishawaka with 24. Warsaw against Concord. Warsaw with 45.99. And then Concord with 36. And then Concord against Mishawaka. Concord with 52. Mishawaka with 30.
Let's see. I'm going to bring this up. I want to see if you can pronounce my name. That's my name. How do you pronounce that?
Hembrecht?
Almost.
Oof.
Almost. Hembrecht.
Hembrecht.
Yeah, it's okay. I have seen it butchered.
I've seen my name butchered a few times.
Wow, bunch of Warsaw runners here.
All Warsaw runners here.
All Warsaw.
That last runner, Abby Kraus, for Concord was the one that got scratched there. In Heat 4, we have Allison Aglin for Warsaw, Nora Sheets Holland for Warsaw, Brace Rosimer for Concord, Salma Latif for Concord, Andrea Jackson for Concord, and then Caitlin Brown for Warsaw. Two have been scratched, Anna Barbera for Concord, and then Leah Minkwala for Concord, yes. Here are your times. It's all Warsaw. So Weaver for Warsaw, Weaver with 31.06, Patel with 31.46.
Here we go.
And then Sim Fukway
Very nice.
for 31.53.
Very nice.
Having to do a drastic body shift so I can do it right. I keep raising my hand so I can make sure I do that right.
Little update on Rendell Watch 2025. He is fully shaded.
Woo!
Yes.
He's not blind anymore. He can see clearly now.
That's true.
We are on Heat 4. Only 2 more heats to go, and then we are on the varsity, which has 2 heats.
A nice shot of the 200 start. Reminds you that Mishawaka High School is plopped right in the middle of a neighborhood.
I hope to someday live around Mishawaka High School. Would love for my kids to go here because it was enjoyable for me.
I graduated from Mishawaka in 2001. My wife graduated from Mishawaka in 2001.
Nice.
My parents graduated in 1975. I think my grandma graduated in 1956. We're a Mishawaka family.
Ooh, that Concord athlete coming around that, close lane in that bend quite quickly, it looked like. But seems like they're all bunched up together. It looks like it might be Concord. Actually Concord seems to have taken the lead there. We will see the official thing, though. The official top 3 here in a moment.
2 heats left of JV.
I had 2 family members who graduated from Mishawaka far, far back, back in the 50s.
Oh.
And one went here during the 50s, one went here about 60s to 70s, I think. And both, funnily enough, were football athletes, and both got plaques because how distinguished they were when they went here.
They were in the Hall of Fame?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Actually, one of them is in the cave area where all the old stuff is, like the photos and stuff. He's up there.
Very cool.
John and Frank Kennericki. Sadly, never met him.
See Ellie Bercheski and Corinne Flick walking down to the north end zone. They're most likely getting ready for the 3,200.
Running in this heat, of course, we have Juarez for Warsaw, Robinson for Mishawaka, Riley for Warsaw, Sumter for Warsaw, and then Shirk Marquez for Concord.
And here we go. Finally got some maroon and white out there.
There's only one more heat of this. We have Piper Hagen for Warsaw, Allie Barkey for Warsaw, Melissa Moles from Mishawaka, Micah Johnson from Mishawaka, and then Chloe Steele, much like our Steel Stadium here.
Named after Chloe Steele, actually. It was named earlier this morning. We knew she was coming. See someone carrying some flowers.
There are the times right there. Shirk Marquez for Concord with 29.35. Juarez for Warsaw with 30.13. And then Robinson for Mishawaka with 30.50.
I kind of want to go ask her why she's carrying flowers. Is it a celebration? The lady on the iPad has now brought a stencil out. And she is either drawing or playing a game.
Getting warmed up there and getting set on the block.
Official telling him to stand up, giving him some direction.
Still giving direction out there.
As the sun continues to go down, the temperature's going down a little bit. I can see one Snuggie in the bleachers. People starting to put jackets on.
The VIP seems to have left.
The VIP is gone. Oh,
That's another
we have
one.
somebody else that took up residence over on the visitor side. They're wearing orange. Gonna guess it's a Warsaw fan.
Micah Johnson, who would have been in lane 7, is been moved to lane 2. Or perhaps it's a mess up here. We'll see. We'll see. Getting updates via headset here. Seems to be a little confusion which Johnson's going to be running here for Mishawaka.
So I think earlier when I made the mistake about Tenasia running, I thought that it was. This looks like
With the green shoes.
the green shoes and the white top. That might be Tenasia.
I can't tell.
No, I don't think it is.
Seems like Mishawaka might be able to get that first, but Warsaw was very close towards the end there. That was the last heat of the JV. We do move on to the 200-meter dash here. Piper Hagen for Warsaw. Pardon me. Let me let them update it real quick. Okay, so scratch out that first name I said. Instead, it will be Kanadi Williams for Concord, Layla Stewart for Mishawaka, and Darlene Nelson for Warsaw. Of course, 2 heats of the varsity here. Then after this, we do have the longest event here, the 3,200. Then after that, we only have 2 events. They're off. Coming around that bend, it seems like Warsaw and Mishawaka are guaranteed first and second. Seems like Warsaw might have a good first, and with Mishawaka getting a good second. It seems like that will be the thing that happens. Got a bug flying around here now. Looks like a fat horse fly.
Final heat of the 200. This is going to be the thoroughbreds.
So we have Deanna Emerson for Concord. Oh, let me get the times here. Nelson for Warsaw here with 27.28. Stewart for Mishawaka with 28.23. And then Williams for Concord with 31.26. Now the runners here are Emerson for Concord, Thomas for Mishawaka. Let me get those quickly checked once more. As you should know, a lot of these names can change, and the people sometimes don't run it. So we do have Emerson for Concord, Thomas for Mishawaka, DeFries for Concord, Berner for Warsaw, Walters for Warsaw, and then Smith for Concord. There it is. Cameron Berner once more, the quick 100-meter runner or athlete.
It seems like Tanasia was scratched. It's a shame.
It's quite funny to see how many people come to these events and just sit on their phone.
Everybody's trying to find Mishawaka Network on YouTube on their phone.
As they should be. The best place to watch any should be the only place to watch Mishawaka home games and events.
Prom coming up on Saturday.
I'm not going.
Neither am I.
Speaking of the Mishawaka Network, our boss/teacher here, Rendell, of course, is looking for anyone who's willing to work events, take his class, and possibly even announce games for the 2026 or 2025 to 2026 school year.
Well, Mr. Rendell, if you are listening now or you're listening later, I've got the perfect person for you. He's an 8th grader at John Young right now. He's going to be at Mishawaka in the fall. His name is Jaden Sims. He is perfect.
Gonna have to have Rendell put that down on a piece of paper so he can remember it. Get that student in here as fast as we can. Coming around that bend. Quite a mix here as they come down the final stretch. Warsaw pumping hard to get that first place. Concord in the second place currently, with Warsaw right behind. Does seem like that's the top 3 here. So yeah, if you like media and you want to take if you want to take the mass media class and start your adventure into the media world and possibly even work and make a little bit of money while you're in high school, good first gig, good thing to put down on your resume if you ever want to be a media person in your future. Just email Rendell. That will be M Rendell, Matt Rendell, because there is two here, or go down to room 033 to 034, depending on which staircase you go down. Here are your times. Burner for Warsaw with 55.99. DeFries for Concord with 26.59. And then Walters for Warsaw with 27.12.
We're getting ready for the 3,200-meter run. That is 8 laps around the track, also known as the 2-mile. An actual 2-mile race is 3,218 meters. That's why it's not an official 2-mile. It's just 3,200. But get some popcorn, put it in the microwave, get something to drink, and get comfortable. Longest race, longest event.
Those athletes for you will be Zoe Roberts for Concord, Samantha Rastrelli for Warsaw, Abby Marsh for Warsaw, Bryce Hierman for Warsaw, Brianna Davila for Concord, Corin Flick for Mishawaka, Ellie Bercheski for Mishawaka, Eden Metz for Warsaw, Ella Lamput for Warsaw, and then Jade Witt for Concord.
So I spoke earlier of a coach named Double Dub, and I said that he was named Double Dub because his wife already worked here, and she had been named Coach Dub. She is currently out on the field running with a couple of the Mishawaka athletes for their warm-up. She's in the green hat, getting them ready for their 4x4.
Oh, yeah, speaking of the 4x400, Reader JV will be next with 2 heats, and then we will have the last event, which is the 4x400 varsity. And tomorrow we will be streaming here again at Steel Stadium. Boys go against Northridge tomorrow, so tune back in about 5:30, 5:45, depending on when we go live exactly, but we will have that. And the last school board meeting is happening tomorrow as well here at Mishawaka High School. So, if you want to hear anything going on, if you're a junior and you want to hear stuff about next year, or you're a parent wanting to know about stuff that's happening next year or anything, just tune in tomorrow at about, I believe it is also 5:30. And here they go. They're going to start here. I'm going to turn the music on for the stadium real quick, so they have something to run to. And then, of course, Thursday, we will have Unified Track against Jimtown. And I believe I will be announcing all of those events. So stay tuned to hear a lot of me.
As the bell strikes 8 in the clock tower.
Got some more stuff up here now for us. Current scores are Warsaw against Mishawaka. Warsaw having 75 to our 25. Warsaw against Concord, 60-40 in favor of Warsaw. And then Concord with 65 against our 35. And, but your final stuff here, we'll go through events we didn't really showcase here, of course. We have the girls pole vault varsity. We have Ilana Transparenti for Warsaw with 11-07. Margaret Barnett for Warsaw with 10, solid. Miley Varda for Mishawaka with 8-06. Then for the girls high jump varsity, we have Leah Davis for Concord, Emerson Lee for Concord. Oh, I should say their name. I should say their finals. Leah Davis has 4:05. Emerson Lee has 4:08. And then we have Olivia Brock for Warsaw with 4:06. Now the girls 200 meter dash varsity will have Cameron Berner for Warsaw Community with 25.99. Allison DeFries for Concord with 26.59. And then Claire Waters for Warsaw with 27.12. Feels like a quick night here at the stadium. Though it is about 8, it just feels like it's shorter because of the sun time we had today. I think it's been up since about 6, because I wake up at 5:30 and it was up about 6. I love as the sun gets lower, we get a nice golden hue here. Only part of the track still lit up being the far end 100 meter. That little straightaway there.
Well, I'm glad everybody is. I'm sure everybody is glad that you turned on music in the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
For most people, this is a boring race. But for me, a distance coach,
Yeah.
I love the 3200.
Who do you think our best 3200 runner is for the boys side of our track team?
Well, I know the answer to that question, and by far, it's Liam Bauschke.
Liam Bausch.
He is currently a senior. He has the school record, being 9 minutes and 13 seconds. He has qualified for state every year since he's been a freshman.
That is a great achievement.
Very much so. If, and it's not a guarantee, if he makes it to state this year, he will be the only one on the track who's been there for 4 years. And when he was a freshman, he was the only freshman there.
Really?
Yep.
Oof. That's got to look good on a piece of paper.
He's got a lot of good accolades and bullet points on his resume.
That's good. That's good.
You mentioned tomorrow night's meet, the boys against Northridge will be here, and he is going to run the mile, and this is going to be a school record attempt.
Ooh.
He's going to try to break the school record.
What's the school record?
4 minutes and 18 seconds
For a mile.
for 1 mile.
That's pretty
It's actually about 418.4, I believe.
Well, hey, we're rooting for him. Hey, it'd be kind of fun to see that tomorrow.
Will you be here?
I will be here announcing, I believe.
Okay. Sounds like we got some Metallica going on outside on the track. A couple of weeks ago, the girls put together a playlist and had me play music during the meet. And I've been getting texts over the last few minutes asking me if I was going to play music. I am not. The playlist that they put together for me has become one of my running playlists. I listen to it in the morning sometimes when I run.
That's nice.
You can find me running through the streets singing Sabrina Carpenter and Taylor Swift. Catchy
I guess
music.
motivational.
That's
I would say.
right. That's right. I am part of the Pink Pony Club.
As many of the girls I think would say, very, very, very girly pop of you. I hated saying that.
All right.
Seems like the 4x400 JV will have the second heat being quite big with a few different lettered teams here. Or I guess relay team.
Yeah, Mishawaka's got 3 in there. Warsaw's got 3 in there.
Concord's got 1.
Concord's got 1. And looks like Warsaw has the top seed time, the 4:17. That is moving. Some of these girls coming through still have 3 laps to go. Some of them have 2 laps to go. Everybody's pretty spread out. There goes Coach Dub. She's going to scream some encouragement to Ellie Brzeski.
I think I heard her scream, "You got it." Very, very good to see a coach out there. I love to see the coaches out there interacting with the athletes as they run past. It's
Looks like
very
she's going to
nice.
go try to catch Corinne on the backstretch and give her some words of encouragement as well. As I look towards the start line and simultaneously see her husband, Double Dub, give some encouragement to Brzeski.
They're doing it in shifts, I think.
So we've got Witkowskis all over the field.
If there's ever another Witkowski, it's going to have to be Triple Dub.
That's correct. I want to give a shout out to the official who's keeping track of every runner and how many laps they have left. Keep in mind that he met these girls this evening, so he has a good memory of who is who.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think I'd get confused after the first few. Getting that final lap bell out as our lead athlete here comes closer to that final bend. It's only 20 meters to go till she's around that bend, or starting the bend.
Coach Cove on the backstretch. He's going to coach up Corinne Flick as she comes through. I think this is our leader right here from Warsaw.
I believe this is going to be her final lap. No?
That's most likely Sam
Yep.
Rastrelli. There's the bell for the bell lap.
Seems like Ponytail is the best for the 3200.
Her older sister is just a freshman at Indiana University this year, holds many records.
Coach Dub over there giving another word of encouragement.
Yeah, they've got it covered. You got Cove over there, you've got Dub over there, and you got Double Dub at the line. Corinne's going to come through. This is going to be her final lap.
Lead athlete coming around that final 100 meters here as she closes her run of the 3200.
Ellie Brzeski's coming through. She's going to have 1 lap to go. Leader comes through, runs about 11:30, maybe 11:29.
Quite a bit of metal on this playlist that we're playing out here in the stadium.
I'm not mad about it.
I do believe this playlist was conjured up by believe the football team, but I could be completely wrong with my guess there. So, Mishawaka sports fan out there with clout glasses on, doing a little dance. Still doing a little dance.
Another Warsaw runner finishing up here. Corinne Flick going to come through. About 12:30.
Stadium lights turning on as sun gets mighty low here at the stadium. Quite tired. I do need to get more rest. I have to stop staying up so late before school. I believe we only have one more athlete out there running. She's about 20 meters out of the final turn, I believe, on her final lap. And we have bird cam now. There's a dove right there. Good luck. You know, bird of the Bible. Very cute bird, and it's gone. I think that bird lives around here because that Concord athlete coming down the final stretch as she comes to her last 50 meters here. There you go. Showing some camaraderie. I think we were trying to get bird cam again. We'll go turn down the music for the stadium as we get ready for the JV 4x400 relay. Here are your scores. Rastrelli for Warsaw with 11:30.04. Roberts for Concord with 12:05.89. And then Marsh for Warsaw with 12:24.79. And for your first heat of the 4x400 meter relay JV, we have Concord, Jennifer Shirk Marquez handing off to Adria Jackson, who will hand off to Jordan Watson, who will hand off to Bryce Brussemer. Then Concord, Madison McCrae handing off to Abby Kraus, who will hand off to Olivia Young, who will hand off to Anna Barbera. And then another Concord. Oh, they're all Concord teams. Concord C, Kennedy McCrae handing off to Maya Pressler, who will hand off to Sophia Stotbeer, who will hand off to Gabby Light. I hope those watching loved the bird cam.
Trying to figure out what's happening with all these Concord runners down here. Seems like we're going to have the first heat that I completely overlooked of all Concord runners before we get to that second loaded heat with the 2 and 3 teams So it looks like we're going to have a Concord race against Concord, and then a mixed 4x4 of all of the teams before we get to the varsity.
Varsity, of course, having one team of each school here.
This is good for the Mishawaka varsity 4x4 because two of those members just ran the 3200. So the longer it takes between the 32 and the 4x4, the longer the break that they get. Oh, yeah, we've got a Mishawaka student out there doing some of the worst dance moves I've ever seen.
You just got a straight roast here.
Sunglasses on in the shade.
I like the clout glasses.
She's having a good time.
Rendell looking on. Wonderly. Yeah. I'm not even going to attempt English.
She definitely sees herself on the Jumbotron.
We've got her a few times here dancing.
I thought that was a police officer that was walking
did too.
down. I was going to tell him to go arrest her.
For what? What did she do? She's just having a fun time. Arrest her is crazy.
Looks like we're getting some more results.
Here we go. Your scores currently for the dual meet is Warsaw against Mishawaka, favoring Warsaw with 83 to our 26. Then Warsaw against Concord, favoring Warsaw with 66 to Concord's 43. And then Concord against us, favoring Concord with 71 to our 38. Well, it seems like they're only going to run two Concord teams. Over there's still four people lined up. We'll see. We'll just see when they go. Your 3,200 meter. Oh yeah, your 3,200 meter run varsity. First place, Samantha Restrelli for Warsaw with 11:30.04. Second place, Zoe Roberts for Concord with 12:05.89. And then Abby Marsh in third place for Warsaw with 12:24.79. We get quite a few papers doing this announcement stuff.
Lots of paper.
Thankfully, we do have people running those papers up to us when we need them. Okay, does seem like they're only running two of the three that I mentioned.
Concord against Concord here.
Against Concord. Miss Bucket by our TriCaster over here.
So this is all new to me. What is a TriCaster?
TriCaster is what allows us to live stream our events to YouTube properly with the right equipment to allow it to be seamless. It acts as a mini version of what you would see in a news station to cut cameras.
Gotcha.
It's a very good thing, and it's a very expensive item.
Coming through the first lap, 4x4.
Seamless transitions there. That's nice. You got a bumblebee flying around us for this moment. Hope they're not taking nest up here.
Second runner is off. The 4x4. One of the Concord teams.
Second team making the handoff and turning that bend now. So I don't truly. Why do they run event types like the JVs with just solid teams of the same people, like same school?
Well, you want to get as many kids as you can to participate in the events. The 4x4 is a very fun event to run with your team. So if you've got a team of athletes, then maybe you have a big team of athletes and you want to throw them in an event that they can all enjoy and have fun together while also simultaneously getting a tough workout. It's going to be the 4x4.
Had some pickle flavored cheese puffs earlier, and I can somehow still taste it. It's kind of weird. They just posed up over there.
911. Someone call 911.
There's the other handoff as the third athlete for their team takes off. Yes, that's right. Trying to do mental math there. I'm counting an extra person on accident. Athlete coming around that final bend to the final 100 meters.
Okay, so I see the girls at the line. They're checking to see where the runner is. They're gauging when the camera is going to hit them. And I don't think it's going to be anything good. Okay, not that bad, not that bad.
We're running some of the seniors this year are running a little senior assassin.
I've heard of this.
It's very interesting. I'm part of it.
So I don't see you wearing any goggles or any floaties.
They're in my bag.
Okay.
My goggles are in my bag.
So explain this. How does this work? So from what I understand, everybody is assigned someone and no one tells each other who they have. And
they shouldn't, at least.
They shouldn't. But it gets out,
it gets
right?
out quite a bit.
So if you're wearing goggles anywhere on your person or a floaty on your arms, then you're safe.
Goggles have to be on your head, and the floaties have to be blown up and on your arm.
Okay. Now, if you're not wearing any of those.
And visible.
What's that? Oh,
and
and
visible.
invisible. Okay. If you're not wearing any of those, you are free game.
Free game.
Now, it's only
For
for
the
your
person,
assassin.
Yes, for the person who has you, yes. And we have an app which tracks you and your target. Like, it tracks everyone on it. Low poses. Love to see him having fun, at least.
Oh, more dancing. More dancing.
I thought she was going to run in front of the sensor.
I don't know what she's doing.
Oh, yes. We have an app which I believe there's about 74 students in it currently. I'm not 100% sure, but we all have our locations activated, and it updates every 10 minutes unless you pay for the premium version, which gives you live updates and a bunch of extra stuff.
Really?
Yes. And I have someone who's currently in Chicago.
Okay.
So I don't know how I'm going to get them. I have to wait for them to come back.
Okay, so that makes more sense because I was talking with Liam Bauschke, and he said that his target was in Elkhart the other day, and I thought, how do you know that? But I guess the app makes sense.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of power-ups. There's like a purge where it makes everybody free game. And we have a bunch of rules, like we can't do it on school property.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we can't do it at church. We can do it. We can get each other at work now. It was earlier presented as no getting at work, but we changed the rule. Here are your times. Concord C with 4:55.66. Concord D with 6:08.77.
Concord beats Concord, and also Concord loses to Concord.
Here are your scores currently once more. Warsaw against Mishawaka. Warsaw with 100. Mishawaka with 27. Warsaw against Concord. Warsaw with 77, with Concord having 50. And then Concord against Mishawaka. Concord having 85 to our 42. And then you have a bunch of other stuff like the shot put with Bailey Sleeth for Warsaw with 33-06. Jocelyn Jones Perry for Concord with 33-05.75. And then Jayla Young for Concord with 32-06. And then the discus throw varsity, Casey Jackson for Warsaw with 111-08. Leah Davis for Concord with 102-03. And then Ari Harmon for Warsaw with 98.09.
This is going to be a busy 4x4 here. 7 teams.
Ooh, speaking of, I should start naming them. Heat 2. Heat 2 will have Concord A, Emily Luna handing off to Natalie Frankenberger, who will hand off to Tatiana Emerson, who will hand off to Salma Latif. Mishawaka C will have Mackenzie Holt handing off to Alexandria Borrego, who will hand off to Harmony Lombardo, who will hand off to Lena Youngkin. My bad. Warsaw C will have Milena Howitt handing off to Katie Robertson, who will hand off to Samantha Rastrelli, who will hand off to Savannah Purdy. Then Warsaw B will have Matilda Granger handing off to Aubrey Bricker, who will hand off to Stephanie Malagon, who will hand off to Abby Marsh. Then Mishawaka A will have Ali Van Neville handing off to Sadine Jobran, who will hand off to Maya Hiller, who will hand off to Serenity Mikuliuk. And the Mishawaka B will have Meryl Farhan handing off to Addison Keene, who will hand off to Sajud Jabran, who will hand off to Nicole Lear. There you go. And then we'll have the 4x400 meter relay varsity. So we have only one more event after the second heat of the JV event. Sun is getting quite low now as it completely covers the Steel Stadium except for a tiny little dab on the north end 100 meter.
About 8:30 p.m. right now. This race will last about 5 minutes. You get the varsity out there, and that race will last also about 5 minutes.
Running out of energy as we get closer and closer to the end of this event. Boy, was it a good event. A good meet.
This is usually a high energy event. The 4x4 on the boys' side. I don't get to watch many of the girls' 4x4 meets since most of our meets, if the girls are at home and the boys are away, I'm with the boys, and vice versa if the boys are at home and the girls are away.
I see.
But this week, with the girls hosting a meet tonight and the boys hosting a meet tomorrow, it works out well. Last year, we did not get to have meets after spring break because the field was torn up to put the turf in. We had meets we had practices at John Young.
How's that?
Well, that was interesting because John Young was also practicing while we were there. So you had the boys and girls Mishawaka teams practicing, and you had the John Young boys and girls teams practicing. Everybody all on one track.
A lot of people, but probably good to show off
It's
what
good
the
for
John
the
Young could be.
good, yeah, good for the younger kids to see the high schoolers out there practicing.
Some, if not all, of the John Young would most likely go to Mishawaka or Marion. So, you know,
And some of those kids that were at John Young last year, they're freshmen now. They're on the team now. Here.
seems like we got a good dabble of buns, ponytails, and braids again.
That's very true. Oh, Nicole sees herself on the Jumbotron. So does Maral. Yep, there. Look at us. Look at us. Oh, jeez.
Side to side.
More dance moves.
Everyone wants to dance on the Jumbotron, I guess. Oh, there they go. The girl dancing earlier with her phone following. Oh, she is following. She's running it along the touchdown there and following quite well, actually. That's going to be some very shaky camera work, I'm not going to lie. I don't even think I could like hold the camera still while running.
Here she comes.
Coming around that bend there. Going to look for those handoffs here as they make it down that 100-meter. See the handoffs here. First handoff, let's see how well it goes. Quite good, quite good. A very slow handoff, but they have a very fast athlete there taking a good lead, but Warsaw has a pretty fast athlete as well. Seems like the Warsaw athlete might be catching up a little bit.
You like to see the teammates on the edge of the track cheering each other on.
They do get quite loud.
Yes, they do.
At least they're showing school spirit, though.
That's right.
That be it from Concord, Warsaw, or Mishawaka itself. Can hear some people going, "Go Sajud." I believe even her sister is cheering her on down there. If I have my people right here.
You are correct.
Warsaw does seem to pass, but see how the handoffs go. Pretty good handoffs from both of those athletes as they go. Warsaw using a lot of that gas to get off to a quick turn on that bend. Coming around that bend now. That north bend, it seems like the Mishawaka athlete's going to quicken her pace as she tries to catch up to get a smaller gap between them.
You're going to hand off to the anchors here, and it's going to be on to the break of dawn.
There they go. Warsaw getting their handoff quite quickly. Mishawaka getting that handoff as well. Gotta catch up there.
Warsaw is taking off. Not sure if Nicole's going to have enough to catch her. Looks like Warsaw's got a Pretty good stride.
Seems like Warsaw's actually going to lap a Concord athlete out there.
Oh, yes.
About a 30 to 40 meter gap between the two lead athletes here. Maybe gap into a 50 now.
Yep. Mishawaka's going to take second.
Warsaw getting a good first place here. As some of the anchors are still on the line. Or I believe only one of the anchors, pardon me, are still on the line. You'll see that handoff. Well, you won't see the handoff, but you'll see her run after the handoff. Mishawaka coming in second, confirmed. With a Warsaw athlete coming in third right behind us. I feel like Warsaw dominated in these events, but
yes.
maybe it's just because of how many people they had. They had a very good variety of people they could choose from in these events.
Yeah, looking at the scores, Warsaw definitely dominated. Concord, one more Concord team out there on the back stretch, and then we'll get to the varsity. McKenzie finishes.
Two more Concord athletes, one coming down the final 50 meters and the other one just making it to the 150 mark here. She comes to the 100-meter, final 100 meters here. A nice purple hue in the sky as the sun starts to set.
It is a beautiful night. Clock tower is standing tall in the sunlight. The surrounding neighborhood has been shaded, all except for a few houses, a few two-story houses.
Few people's rooms are quite bright right now.
That's right.
And I believe that is all the athletes crossed. And we will move on to the 4x400 meter relay varsity.
Yeah, Miss Kaiser is getting the three varsity teams in their places. This is going to be a much faster race. I see Corinne Flick fresh off the 3200 out there. Looks like Ellie has been taken out and replaced with another Mishawaka runner.
Here's some of those scores for that for the JV Heat 2. Pardon me. Warsaw A with a 4 minutes, 27 seconds, and 90 milliseconds. Mishawaka A with 4 minutes, 40.01. Warsaw B with 4 minutes, 47.33. Now, to name those people on those teams, you got Concord with Ava Dixon handing off to Allison DeFries, who will hand off to Kylie Engelmeyer, who will hand off to Olivia Alexander. And then for Warsaw, you'll have Annabelle Parker handing off to Ella Lamput, who will hand off to Hannah Fisher, who will then hand off to Eden Metz. Now, the names on the Mishawaka might be incorrect, but we have Tori Brzezinski handing off to Savannah Hilton, who will hand off to Tarin Neragon, who will hand off to Corn Flick.
Yeah, that looks like it has been changed.
Yeah.
We got Tori Brzezinski out there. Looks like she's going to hand off to Ellie Van Neville. And then I'm not sure who the third girl is. Last name Miller, I believe. But then Corinne Flick is going to be the anchor. Oh, we got both of the dubs in one shot here. Dub and double dub next to each other. Hit some dance moves. That's the move of the night. I feel you, Michelle. A big yawn is right on target.
Double dub standing there stoically almost. Oh, now they're chatting. The third athlete for Mishawaka will be Hiller,
Oh, Hiller. Okay. So Tori's going to be out there in lane 4.
Randall over there with a big smile as he walks, saunters over to his.
He's having a good time. I'm going to guess he just told them that I was commenting on her yawn.
Probably. Heard someone scream, take a picture, and like the scariest voice I've heard. I was like, oh my days. Some of the Concord athletes taking a group photo on the ground as we wait for the 4x400 varsity to start in the final event here tonight. Luckily, we all get to go home.
Not quite sure what's being talked about or discussed.
We'll see. Some of the athletes putting on windbreakers.
Mm-hmm.
Had to remember, or hoodies and windbreakers. It is getting a little chilly out there as the sun gets even lower. Completely out now, except for on the tower to our right. And that's even barely even on the tower. Do like a good sunset though.
Oh, we were waiting for blocks, it seems.
Seems like we got some scores coming up here as well to the box. Oh, nope, it's not. It's just Mac Attack, who's been running the side camera. And now I know confirmed that it was Mac Attack running the side camera. Holding a tool of metal origin in their hand. I have no idea what that was. Looked like a metal Allen wrench. Gonna get started here soon, we hope.
All right, she's going to hold her blocks. Warsaw is not going to have anybody hold their blocks so far. And it looks like Tori is not coming out of blocks. Here we are. Okay. They're at their marks. They are set. And they're off. Once again, they're going to stay in their lanes for the first lap. Is that Cameron Berner? That might be.
Could be. I'm not 100% sure. I think it is. Because I think Cameron Berner had the
Ribbons?
ribbons. Pardon me for my drastic cough. It's been there for a little bit. I think she's chewing gum while running. I'm not 100% sure. I saw a few jaw chews. I was like,
All right, she's going to hand it off. Ella Laput's going to stay in her lane until she gets across to the cones, and then she's going to cut in.
Ooh, Ooh, quite the speed on her.
She is moving. And now she is gradually moving into lane 1.
About a
Is this Allie Van Neville? Ella coming across. Gonna hit the straightaway with 100 to go until she can hand it off. She's working. Nice job, Ella. Nice job.
honestly, I thought she was going to lose a lot more of her energy towards that last 100, but she seemed to keep the burners on the entire time during that.
Yes, she did. Warsaw with a big lead.
Concord is second with Mishawaka on there.
That is going to be very difficult to make up. So now the race is on for second place.
Seems like Concord has it currently, but Mishawaka, our Mishawaka athlete, does seem to be trying to keep on their heel there.
Getting some cheered on from the lone visitor side attendee.
He got visited a few times. At some point, there was 3 people standing there. But they all left, except for him. Come around that bend as they hit the final 100-meter.
Warsaw is going to hand it off to the anchor.
Concord and Mishawaka's anchor has a lot of work ahead of them to catch up to the Warsaw anchor.
Yes, they do.
There's the handoff there. And then Mishawaka hands off now. Concord's anchor it's got some speedy movement. But is it
Woo!
enough to get?
Yeah,
up
she
there?
is moving.
Holy mackerel.
It's not going to be enough.
A very good burst there, though.
Corinne's giving it all. Corinne's going to try for second place.
I feel like the Concord athlete is just trying to go fast enough to keep the second place. Because there's 100 meters.
That's also going to be very difficult for Corinne, who's not a sprinter, to make up that ground. I'll tell you what, though, if the race were a little longer, I think Corinne would have her.
Concord screaming, cheering on their teammate there as they come around that last 50. Corinne did make a little progress on the heel of Concord there.
And that'll wrap it up for the varsity 4x4. Sean, thanks for letting me hang out with you this evening.
Thank you for joining me. I would have been solo here if you didn't join.
I will. I'll probably come up tomorrow and say hi to you.
That'd be nice. Hey.
You know,
Well,
maybe we'll get some commentary going during Liam's school record attempt.
Perhaps. Hey, we should.
Yeah.
Well, hey, with that, you have a good night, sir.
You as well.
Warsaw A with, or I guess they're all A. So Warsaw here with 410.83. Concord here with 423.94. And Mishawaka with 426. Seems like we lost connection to the thing there. It's fine. We're good. We'll just keep you on this screen as we get close to ending here. We'll have those final scores brought up for us, or for me to announce to y'all. And then I will sign off for the night. You will see me back here tomorrow for the Northwood meet, I believe it is. Or Northridge, I think it's Northwood. Oh, man. I gotta drink some tea when I get home. Trying to think of things to fill the air. We got Buckman's Hot Dogs here at the stadium if you ever come to one of these events. It's got pulled pork on it, on a hot dog with a bun, of course. You know, fun. It's got I can't remember what type of sauce it has on it, but I believe it's homemade. So is the pork. Buckman puts a lot of energy and time to making that, and I'm sure it's delicious. So if you ever want to come here just for the hot dog, just come down, slide by, maybe stay for the event. We are getting the final scores up here. I can see them running up the stadium steps as we stadium clearing out quite quickly here. All the athletes there running on the track there. Thank you. So the 4x400 meter relay varsity, already named those off for you. So we're just going to get straight to the official scores. Warsaw against Mishawaka. Warsaw with 105 to our 27. Warsaw to Concord, 82 to Concord's 50. Concord against Mishawaka with 90 and against our 42. So with that, we are getting close to the end. We are at the end. As you watch these athletes run across the track one more time, I'm Sean Kenricky here with the Mishawaka Network. And I thank you for showing up and watching. And have a good night.